Hey everybody, the 2019 Yamaha YXZ configurator just went live and I've already spent a bunch of time digging into this thing and now I want you to come along with me. So we're gonna build the cheapest YXZ you can get, the most expensive YXZ you can get, and then the one I would buy with my own money. And I'm sure you're not gonna be able to believe just how expensive one of these models gets. So come along, let's dig into this configurator. So let's dig into this configurator. So first of all, there are two basic YXZ models. You have the Sport Shift and the manual. Now the manual, as it sounds, is manual. You have to shift that model yourself. The Sport Shift is basically automatic. It will do the shifting for you unless you want to use the paddles, then you can still shift yourself. Now the lineup consists of 4 different models. So you have the basic YXZ 1000R, and then the SE, and these two models are the manual models, and then over here you have the SS, which stands for Sport Shift models, so the basic Sport Shift, and then the dressed up SE model. Now off the bat here, I want to look at the cheapest YXZ possible, so let's go over here to the basic YXZ 1000R, and on the left here, we're going to go to the build your own feature, and let's take a look. So this is already the basic model. There's only one graphics package and paint offered, as you can see right here. You can look at the front and the rear of the machine, but that's about it. This is the most basic YXZ you can get, and the cost over here on the right, it shows $18,999, so essentially $19,000 for a basic YXZ. Now these are all the different things you can add to the YXZ, and we'll get back to those in just a moment. So let's back up and go back to the lineup, and now we're going to go the other way. The cheapest YXZ is easy. Now we're going to look at the most expensive YXZ, which is going to start as this Sport Shift SE model. So again, we go over here to build your own. And now this time, we are going to absolutely load it up. So this thing starts a little more expensive than the other model at $25.99. So, you know, about $1,600 more for this Sport Shift SE. But now that we have the opportunity to load it up with accessories, you're going to see just how expensive this machine can get. So first of all, we have 2 different paint schemes here, the blue, and then you also have white with blue accents. And I actually think the white looks pretty cool, so I'm going to build a white one. So we're going to go ahead and add every single option we can. So first of all, a rear cargo box. And the great thing about this configurator is it lists everything as you go, so you can watch this price slowly climb and you can see exactly what everything costs. A set of helmet hangers, sure, that sounds cool. The spare tire mount, $549, heck yes, we need that. I like that the spare tire mount can fit over top of this cargo box. Now, what kind of covers do we have? No covers? Okay, nothing's coming up. So what about electrical? Oh, lots of electrical stuff. So first of all, the Adventure Pro infotainment system. Yes, we definitely like that. Let's get the overhead audio, $800 or $750 for that. Rear speakers, yes please. The extra gauge pod for $50, yep. The powered subwoofer is $560, so if you really want to crank your tunes, you can, but you got to pay for them. But still, we're adding it. And we need the second battery now to run all this stuff. And a switch panel kit, just in case you do want to add other accessories like lights, which is what we're about to get to. So let's look at the lighting. So you have front mount pod lights. Nice. Oh, and a light bar. We're definitely getting the light bar. Now, accessory sport lights. Oh, those replace the light bar on top. No, we're going to keep the light bar up there. I definitely like the light bar. Now, what kind of mirrors do we have? So, you got a center mirror right there. And then these bomber white mirrors. You got these assault mirrors, explorer. They're all a little different. Let's see which ones are the most expensive. Those are $180. Those are $180. Oh, and it didn't even list these ones. What does it say over here on the right? Whoa, $239. Okay, well, those are the ones we're going with then. These ones are $239.99. Nice. Okay, so now moving on to performance. And now this is where the YXZ sort of sets itself apart from the competition, and this is also where the YXZ gets very expensive. So the model as we have it now is sitting at $26,646, and it's fairly well equipped. You know, we got a spare tire back there, we got the radio, we got all the cool electronics inside. So take a look at this, the genuine Yamaha technology racing turbo kit for the YXZ 1000R, $5,499. Now, other side-by-sides in the segment, they offer turbo right from the factory. Here at Yamaha, you have to add this turbo after the fact. Now, the brand does say it gives you 60% more power, which means that you're looking at somewhere around 170, maybe 180 horsepower, which is absolutely competitive. It's actually a little more than some of the competition, but you're definitely paying for it at $5,499. So we're going to install that on our YXZ for sure, and that's a big price jump, already up to $32,000. Now we're also going to take this full exhaust system. Now the race cylinder head assembly is really for guys who want to go racing. It actually requires you to run 112 octane race fuel. So we're going to leave that off of our YXZ, but just for fun, take a look. $3,000 if you were to want to convert this thing over to running on race fuel. And then the torque assist gear kit, it basically just makes all of the gearing a little lower here in the YXZ to give you a little more power. So sure, why not go ahead and install that too. Now, 4-point harnesses, we need those, especially with all this extra power. And one of these two air filters, let's see which more expensive, $61 and $36. So we're gonna take this awesome GYTR air filter and the alternator kit. Sure, why not? What else do we got over here? Man, there really is a lot of great stuff you can get. So this is a different kind of clutch, a billet friction clutch kit. Sure, we'll take that. Recluse clutch. These are just, oh, that replaced the billet friction. We'll keep on the $800 clutch. Now, the race cam set, I don't think, oh, well, yeah, you know what? We will take those, especially because the turbo's on here. So we cranked up the power. Ooh, velocity stacks. Yeah, we're taking those too. What do we got here? Clutch replacement parts. Sure, just in case we blow a clutch. Harness mount only. I'm not even sure what that's for, but we're putting it on. And then finally, a turbo air kit, or air filter for $35. Sure, add that on there too. Man, we're already nearly at $40,000, but we really just cranked up the performance on this YXZ. So next we have protection. So let's see here. We have the desert front grab bar. Now we would definitely get it with a winch plate, and I think I would get a white one. Let's see how that looks. Maybe not as good as black. Nah, I'd get a black one for sure. Now the rear grab bar, we'll get that in black as well. That's always good for some extra rear protection. Some nice over fenders, heck yes. Front A-arm guards, gotta guard those A-arms. What else do we got? Oh, and rear A-arm guards, yep. I'm always for more protection. And interior padding, well, that's nice, you know, protect your knees, keep things comfortable in there. So how about wheels and tires? Wow, nice little selection. All 30-inch tires here. Now, Yamaha does offer full beadlocks, and some of these are beadlock tires, so why not go with these KMC XD series beadlocks? Nice, those look pretty cool on there. Absolutely. Now, what was the price for those? That set of tires was $1,825, and we're not done yet. For windshields, we got the folding front windshield, yes please. Polycarbonate rear, $300, sure. Now, if I'm honest, I don't think I would get these side soft covers, but we want the most expensive model, so we're putting them on, and we've already got a rear window, so that means you're now looking at the most expensive YXZ you can buy at $42,363. Now, there's no doubt that side-by-sides are getting pricey these days, and especially with accessory catalogs, you can really load these things up. But this YXZ is taking that to a whole new level. $42,000. It is fully loaded, but man, is that ever a lot of money. Alright, but how about which model I would buy? Now, I would still go for the Sport Shift. As much as I like shifting myself, It's nice to have the option of being automatic and still having the paddles if you want to do it yourself. So I would go for the Sport Shift, but not for the SE model, just to save a little bit of money. So let's go over to here to build your own. Now let's take a look. Now unfortunately, same thing, there is no other paint options. This is the way it looks. I wish I could get the blue or the white, but that's just the way it is. So now let's look at accessories and see what's really important. So a cargo box, I do like these cargo boxes, you know, and for 300 bucks, I think that's worth it. I could go without helmet hangers, and I could go without the spare tire carrier. Now, covers, yeah, I really like to have a roof. This is something that comes standard on the LE or SE model, but having a roof is nice, so I'm going to add that on. Now, electrical, I could go without the Adventure Pro. I mean, how much? This is 750 bucks. It's pretty cool having the GPS functionality in there, but for the most part, I don't really need that. I'd rather save the money. So, overhead audio, yeah, you know what? I would spend on overhead audio. 750 on an audio system is worth it to me, but I don't need rear speakers. That's enough. I don't need this gauge pod. I do not need the $560 subwoofer, which is pretty crazy. Don't really need the second battery kit. Now a winch. You know what? Having a winch is really nice, so I'm going to go ahead and install it. 350 bucks is actually not bad, and I don't really need the switch panel either. I can do without it, and same with lighting, you know? Maybe a light bar would be nice to add on there. How much was that light bar? 400 bucks. No, you know what? I can skip the lighting too. Stock lighting is enough for me. I don't run too often at night. Now, mirrors are definitely important to me, so I'd be getting both a rear view in the center and side mirrors. These bomber mirrors look pretty cool. That's perfect. Now, performance. This is way too much money for this turbo, for me to spend it anyway, so there's no way I'm getting that. I can skip the exhaust, I can skip the gearing. For $1,300, the gearing might be worth it, but you know what? I think the YXZ is still a ton of fun just as it comes stock, so I don't think I'd be bothered by it. I could definitely save money on that. 4-point harnesses are nice. You know, I would actually spend on the 4-point harnesses. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really need any of this other performance upgrades. The stock YXZ is exciting as it is. Now, I do like having this trail front bar with the winch plate, of course, because I have the winch. More protection up there is really a nice thing. And same with the rear bar. They have this white one. Yeah, that would definitely go on there. Now, the over fenders. No, I can skip the over fenders. A-arm guards, though, definitely. Rear A-arms, definitely. Interior padding. I mean, for 70 bucks, sure, why not? A little bit of padding is always nice. Now, wheels and tires, you know what? I can just skip them all together and just go with the stock Maxxis tires. These things are plenty capable. And, yeah, now how about windshields? Definitely need a windshield. I would take the folding windshield for 500 bucks in a heartbeat. I can skip the rear windshield, though. You know, the rear window, the side covers, I don't need that stuff. And, yeah, this is it. This is the YXZ that I would build and buy with my own money. It's, you know, pretty bare bones, not too dressed up. We have a total of $4,134 worth of accessories, but the total price being $23, that's not too bad. That's I could stomach that, and you're getting a really nice machine with all of the crucial features to keep occupants safe and entertained. So what do you guys think? Would you spend 42 grand on one of these fully loaded YXZ models? Why don't you let me know in the comments below which YXZ you would buy if you could stomach spending 40 grand, and just what you think of this machine overall. And as always, make sure you hit subscribe and come back here to the channel for the latest news, views, and real world reviews. See ya.